Come to sit on the shins if that feels comfortable for you. Otherwise, just cross-legged. Reaching the arms up and overhead. Relaxing shoulders and neck. And then simply go for another 2 circles like that. Just getting a bit of movement into the shoulders, easing the neck out. Checking in with the breathing. Beginning to slow things down a little. Rest the hands down onto the thighs. And you're going to work through a cat-cow movement here. So on the inhale, opening the front body, and on the exhale, opening into the back body. Keeping the chin parallel to the floor and trying to isolate movement into the entire length of the spine. So try not to drop your head forward and back too much. When you're ready, just diving the top of the head down towards the floor. Variation of child's pose, relax the arms alongside the body. And slowly from there, reaching the arms up alongside the ears, spider fingers, getting a bit of stretch into the armpits, sides of the rib cage, and then opening the chest towards the left, releasing it down, opening chest towards the right, and releasing it down. You're moving in whatever way feels good for you here, curling all the way up and leaning back into the hands. Opening up into the front body, roll shoulder blades in, drop head back if neck is okay. And you have the whole family with you, then accommodate them through your practice here. Stay nice and calm, keep the breath easy. It's all part of your yoga practice. None of it is separate. And you take your time. If there's interferences from outside, don't rush through it. And then rocking back into a little bit of a squat. And you're just rolling forward and back, stretching into the front body, stretching into the back body. Tucking toes under, getting a bit of stretch into the ankles as you lift the knees. Then shift forward, tuck toes, sit onto the heels, lean back. Shift forward, drop knees down, untuck toes, sit onto the heels, stretch into the ankles. So you're going to move through that about 3 times. You're working into mobility of the ankles. So easy does it. Keep fingertips on the floor if that feels better for you. Don't overstrain into the ankles. They're just going to allow you to move that much. And sometimes it feels a little bit more than other times. When you're ready, tuck toes under and walk yourself back into a standing forward fold. Soft bend in the knees as you sway the torso from side to side. Arms are relaxed, neck is relaxed, face is easy. And slowly just moving up and down a little, walking and shaking those shoulders out. And sliding the hands up onto the thighs. Again, cat-cow movement. So as you exhale, fold over. And then curl yourself all the way up. Arms slide up. Exhale to fold over the thighs. Inhale to curl all the way up. The breath might also be the other way around for you. One more. Folding forward over the thighs. Bend the knees a whole lot. All the way down into the neck as you curl yourself all the way back up. Arms circle round and up. Inhale, look up. Grabbing hold of the left wrist as you exhale, leaning over towards your right side. As you lean to your right, shift your weight towards your left foot. Then swap the grip, leaning to your left, shift your weight into your right foot. So you're going to feel the stretch into the side body. Coming back through center. Maybe leaning the torso up towards the sky a bit here, getting into the front of the chest and the shoulders. Exhale, forward fold. Slowly walk yourself back. Downward facing dog. And you're going to walk the legs out. You tick-tock the hips from side to side. If there's a stretch that feels really good, linger there. Otherwise, just walk them out side to side. I say this a lot. Check in with what feels good on that specific day. Go there. And then slowly you're going to lift the right leg high as you inhale. Lifting a little bit more onto that left toe and then soften, bend both knees. Inhale to lift and stretch, soften. Inhale to lift and stretch. And stepping the right foot forward towards the right hand. Spin the back heel down and open up into a Trikonasana here. Slight bend both knees again, easy with your neck, opening into the side body. Shoulders are usually in line with the hips. Check in with the body, see what happens when you activate your left glute. Relax your face. Easy inhales, easy exhales. When you're ready, bend both knees. Bring the torso all the way up, arms up alongside ears. Exhale, warrior two. Reset the feet here. Relax shoulders and neck. Reverse warrior, left hand, left thigh. Right arm up over as you straighten the right leg out. Bend the right knee, right forearm onto right thigh, and the left arm circles up and over. Really extending through that left arm, maybe sitting a little deeper into your right leg, releasing left fingertips to the floor, left knee softens down, and engaging through the left glute to get that stretch a little bit more actively through the front of the left hip flexors. Right hand can stay on the right thigh. You can see that I'm leaning a little bit more into it. And then rotating both feet facing towards the right side of your mat, softening the left hip down. That left leg can be bent as much as it needs to. Left hand can slide closer towards the left hip. So it's a nice stretch into QL, lower back. Making your way back into a wide-legged forward fold, rotating in the opposite direction, and then sitting into your side lunge. So you're bending into left knee, then into right knee, and you keep carrying on, accommodating the pose in a way that works for you. So come up onto your tippy toes, use your hands for support on the floor. If you can't sit low, just kind of like hover in between. Easy does it, always conscious of working through the legs, moving from your middle, and then pigeon toe the feet, resting the hands, elbows, forearms on the floor, lengthening through the spine, aiming your top of your head towards the floor. Slight bend in both knees, shifting weight to the toes. When you're ready, rotate feet towards the front of the mat, moving through a low lunge, softening the left knee down again. And this time around, just stepping that right shin into a pigeon pose. Roll around a little bit through the hips in the middle. Find where the stretch feels like it's really getting into the hip, or maybe you need it more into the left hip flexor. And then you linger where it feels great for you. You can bring the right shin a little bit more out towards the front of the mat. You can drop elbows, forearms down. You can even lie all the way flat down onto the mat. Support the forehead on your hands or block. See what works. Breath-wise, especially, the moment you start to hold your breath usually means that the body is not happy and that you're placing more stress on the body than it needs. So breathe. Take a deep inhale through your nose, open your mouth, and sigh your breath out. Soften where you can. Stay aware of what's going on in your body. So feel it out. When you're ready, you're going to roll onto that right sit bone, and you're going to slide the right heel right in towards the body. And you're going to soften both sit bones down towards the floor, getting into a side stretch. Left arm inside of the left leg or on top of it, leaning your torso towards your left leg, and you're going to feel the stretch into the right side of the body. Option to reach the right arm up and over, maybe reaching for the toes if that's close by. Otherwise, just leaning into the side stretch. Squaring the body out over that left leg. Soft bend in the left knee as you fold forward. And see if you can get away from the idea of having the leg straight in your forward fold. Pressing up into the right shin, pressing into the right hand, opening chest. Variation of wild thing. From there, releasing out into a downward facing dog. Walk the legs out. Sigh the breath out. Connect with the breath. Inhale, left leg goes high, and you're going to move a little in and out of it here, stretching as you inhale onto the right toes. Exhale to soften. We stretch again and we soften. One more to stretch. And stepping the left foot forward towards the left hand. Soften the right knee down. Left hand can stay on the left thigh. Engage your right glute. See how it changes the stretch into the hip flexor for you. You can even lean a little bit more towards your right if it's needed. Easy breath. So it's a slow practice. No need to rush here. Take your time. When you're ready, lifting the back knee, you're going to rotate both feet towards the left side of your mat, softening the right hip down. Right leg don't have to be straight, can be bent. Stack the hips on top of one another. You're going to feel the stretch into the right side of the body, kind of like between the pelvis bone and the rib cage. You can slide the right hand in a little bit more. You can step the left foot back a little bit more. And when you're ready, you're going to rotate feet in the opposite direction and you're going to move into your side lunges, just to where the body can go. Maybe it's on the tippy toes, maybe the bum can go almost all the way down to the floor. Not important to not use the hands or use the hands, important to move in a way that feels good for your body. And when you're ready, coming into your standing forward fold, feet nice and wide, toes pigeon-toed. This time round, you can just rest the hands back of the head or the neck. Allow the arms to hang heavy, a little bit of traction into the neck. Don't push or pull. Soft bend in the knees, leaning towards the toes. Relax your face. Sway it out a little bit. And when you're ready, you're going to rotate feet towards the front of the mat. And you're going to work into your Trikonasana from here. Right fingers towards the sky. Easy in those legs, maybe engaging a little bit more through your right glute. Gaze can be up, gaze can be down. A few gentle breaths here. Bend through both knees, bring torso all the way up, arms up alongside ears, straighten legs out. On an exhale for a warrior two, reset the feet. Relax shoulders in the neck. Reverse warrior, right hand, right thigh, left arm up and over as you straighten the left leg out. Bending through the left knee, left forearm onto left thigh, and the right arm circles up and over, really extending through that right arm, shoulder blade, maybe sitting a little deeper into that left thigh. Easy with the neck always. Releasing right fingers down towards the floor, softening the right knee down, both hands on the mat, swaying it out a little more into those hip flexors. Play with engagement into the back glute. From there, sitting up for your pigeon on the left side. You can square the hips out. You can roll onto the left sit bone. You can sway from side to side, seeing what this side of the body, especially the hips, are up to for the specific day. When you're ready, maybe leaning a little deeper into it, onto the forearms and the elbows, or diving deeper into it, lying flat down, resting the forehead down. Use props if you need them. Sit upright if that feels better for the body. Easy breaths. Always accommodating, always exploring, checking in, shifting and moving when you need to. Practicing not staying when there's pain, because that's a signal from your body that you need to move, that you are actually hurting it. Relax your face. Soften where you can. When you're ready, curling all the way up, rolling yourself out of the pose, coming into your side stretch. So sole of the left foot against the right inner thigh, right forearm onto the floor or onto the right leg, leaning the torso towards the right toes, hanging out there for a few breaths, giving the body a bit of time to just ease into it. Option to reach the left arm up and over towards the toes if they're close by. Full stretch into the side of the torso, mindful of the feelings in the sacrum, and then square the body out a little bit over that right leg, soft bend in the right knee as you fold forward, rounding into the spine as much as feels comfortable. If you want to use the arms to pull a little gentle into it, by all means go for it, not forcing it. Rising up onto the left shin, leaning back into the left hand as you open the chest and the hips towards the side. Take a few easy breaths here. From there, slowly making your way back into a downward facing dog. You can always walk the down dog out. You can sigh the breath out. And then from there, you're going to walk yourself towards the front of your mat as you shift the weight, one side, other side. Gentle forward fold. Bend the knees a whole lot, sitting down into a chair pose. Maybe curling the tailbone under a little bit more here. And then straightening everything out, rising up onto the tippy toes. On an exhale, soften the heels down, sitting down into your chair. And you keep going as far as you can, and then lifting all the way up onto the tippy toes again. Arms and shoulders face easy. And then sitting down into the heels and a little deeper into that squat chair pose of yours. One more, lifting up onto the tippy toes, breathing all the time, bending the knees, keeping on the tippy toes if you can, and sit yourself all the way down onto the heels, resting the hands on the knees or the thighs. So getting a bit of calibration and work done through the soles of the feet, the toes, and from there, leaning into a squat, placing the heels down onto the floor only if it's available. Do not force them down if they don't want to go there. You can take the knees a little bit wider here. You can round through the spine or keep the chest open. You can drop the chin down or look out in front of you, all depending on what the movement feels like in the body. What does it do for the stretch, whatever movement it is that you choose to do. Easy breath. So we're slowing down big time, hanging out big time. When you're ready, leaning back into the hands. And from there, kind of like doing a happy baby while you're seated. And slowly just rolling all the way onto the back and then going into the full happy baby. So you can grab hold of the feet or the heels from the inside or the outside. Gently putting a little bit of pressure on the feet as you guide the knees on either side of the rib cage. You can roll the happy baby out from side to side. You can make some gurgling noises if that feels good for you. Again, not forcing the body to go anywhere that it's not ready to go. And then grabbing hold of the top of the shins where it meets the knee. Knees and feet nice and wide. Rest the weight of the legs into the body. And you can stay there for as long as you need to. When you're ready, release the legs into Shavasana. Resting in Shavasana or just in a happy baby for as long as needed. When you're ready, slowly rolling out and stepping into the rest of your day with as much ease as you can.